Hi, hi. How are you? I'm audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hi there.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Definitely good. Well, let's start.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready for tonight's game?
Uh, Sorry, Aman, you're not audible.
You guys ready for tonight's game?
Of course,
Yes,
I'm excited for tonight's
yes.
game.
Same here.
Well, it's round 7 DC versus RR. Yes, what we have here is a high voltage battle between two young captains and wicket keepers. One side we have Sanju Samson, the captain of Rajasthan Royals. On the other hand, we have Rishabh Pant leading the DC team. And you know this match is going to take place at Wankhede, which where we have already seen scores about 180, 190. And in this last match against Rajasthan, Punjab scored 222 runs, a hefty score of 222. And well, Rajasthan did chase it, but only fell short by 4 runs, which was really unfortunate. This will definitely have be a boost of confidence that they're playing on the same pitch again. And however, they are playing against Delhi, who in the last match completely, outplayed CSK in their first over easily. So this would be really amazing to see who wins this game. Delhi winning their first match against Chennai put them on their second place. Now that's punishable, and Rajasthan has yet to win any match. So it's gonna be really exciting to see who takes the first place, second place, and third. Well, joining us today we have Amog and Sachin. Amog is going to be representing Delhi Capitals and Sachin Rajasthan Royals. How are you guys?
I'm
Fine,
good.
fine. Looking
How are
forward
you doing?
to the game.
Well, everyone is looking forward to the game. So are our viewers. They are looking forward to your analysis. We would appreciate if you put in the toss predictions, any comments you have to ask the analyst. That would be done. Now let's start on. The first question I have is for well, any one of you could answer. I would prefer if such a list. Head Rajasthan and Delhi have faced 22 times. Both won 11 matches, and this will work as a tiebreaker. However, Delhi Capitals defeated Rajasthan Royals 4 times in the previous season, and the previous season before that, Rajasthan Royals defeated 4 times the Delhi Capitals. And looking at their form, Delhi Capitals' form, do you think they have an upper hand against Rajasthan Royals?
I don't know if they have the upper hand, but it's clearly our turn to win because they've been winning both matches. So I think hopefully we do. But clearly, I mean, Delhi is a pretty strong team right now. They've got a brilliant opening pair, and I know that Rabada is missing out, but they still have a pretty solid bowling attack. So it's
Thank
going
you,
to be
Sanchi.
difficult for us, that's for sure. But yeah, I think RR can pull through.
Well, Rabada is missing out. That is the big news. I was expecting him to be playing in this match. That's a
Same here.
heartbreaker for Delhi. But yeah, let's see. I mean, CSK definitely isn't an easy team to play. They have showed us to that in the past, but Delhi defeated them quite easily. So I'm hoping Delhi would be on the top of the playoff this season. And now, as for Amog, Shikhar Dhawan has racked up the highest 547 runs against Ireland. Do you think the opening partnership between Shaw and Dhawan would create an havoc for Rajasthan?
Uh, I hope so. I would not say that they will create an havoc for Rajasthan because Rajasthan also has some good bowlers who will come into play. But I'm really hoping for them to, build up a good partnership as they did in the first game, and just play in the moment, live in the moment. Just take the next ball and make it the most important thing. You can't think too far and you can't think too much behind that. They have scored a 138-run partnership because it may be their day on that day, but today is a new day. They're playing against a new side, a new bowling lineup, so they need to focus more and they need to take ball by ball.
Gabbar is one of the best players the DC has. He already smashed an 85 against the Chennai Super Kings. And with Prithvi Shaw, who is likely to play an aggressor, I think Gabbar will have to go for long innings against IR if this has to work. Well,
It
as for such a
depends.
please, it depends on what.
It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on how the start they get. For example, if Shikhar Dhawan gets to a flyer, then I don't think he'll stop and wait to play the long inning. Then I guess Prithvi Shaw has to stop and play throughout the inning because Gabbar has got to a good start. So it all depends on a lot of factors. It depends on how they start, And yeah, as I said, they should look forward to the game. They are very confident with what they've done in the last game.
Yeah, but we will definitely see a good opening partnership, I guess.
I hope so. I hope so.
Well, that's it. I'm sure everyone has already heard about it. Ben Stokes is out of competition for entire IPL season, and now you have Jofra Archer also injured. Well, what do you think? I mean, too many players, too many injuries, too many players outside. How is
Absolutely.
Rajasthan going to cope up with this?
Absolutely. I mean, those are huge losses. I mean, Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer have the potential to be the most valuable players for Rajasthan. I mean, they were the ones that Rajasthan was banking on, and to miss them is a huge loss. But I must say that they do have great backups. I mean, somebody with the caliber of Liam Livingstone and David Miller, and somebody like Mustafizur Rahman, who's had a brilliant season with Sunrisers a few years ago. They have great backups, so I think they'll make up for the loss. But yeah, I mean, Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer will definitely be a huge loss for us.
Ben
True.
Stokes and Jofra Archer, I mean, these are like the beating takers for your team. So it's
They
definitely
they had the potential to be the most valuable players of Rajasthan, and unfortunately we're missing them. I mean, you can say that Rajasthan Royals is arguably one of the unluckiest teams in IPL right now.
Yes.
uh,
Safe
Can't
to
help
say
it.
that.
Pretty safe, I know.
But talking about Rajasthan versus Stokes, but the previous match, Rajasthan Royals almost had it. I mean, in short, where do you think they went wrong, and how do you think they would correct? They should correct it.
I think they went wrong in the bowling rotation, especially in the first 2 overs when they brought in about 6 to 7 bowlers. That was something that they could have done better, and also with that single that Sanju Samson rejected. I mean, I think he should have had more trust in Chris Morris. That was game changing because at least I mean at the end of it, Sanju Samson, it was almost an obligation for him to hit a six to win the match. Had he taken that single, maybe Chris Morris would have gone down the ground and gone for a four or something like that. It would have been a better attempt. And had they run three, maybe they would have ended up with a super over. So I think it was difficult. I mean, that run was probably game changing, and also the bowling rotation at the beginning, the bowling throughout the match as well was pretty messed up for Rajasthan, and that's why they lost.
I mean, well, it would have been a totally different story if you ask me if that run was taken.
And also, if you
But
see the opening partnership, both Manan Vora and Ben Stokes getting out early, that also probably gave Punjab upper hand.
I mean, Ben Stokes was out on zero, so yeah, it did.
I know.
We have Sunny Ravi saying that Rabada is available for selection. What are your thoughts on that about? Right now I'm confused. Is it true? Is it wrong?
I don't know. There's nothing like it if he's available. But if he's available, he replaces Tom Curran for sure. But if he's not available, then we'll have to see if Tom Curran makes it to the 11 or they go in with just 3 overseas players and 8 domestic players. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait for the toss.
Well, here's another question for you, Sachin. Yashasvi or Manan?
If it was left to me, I would probably go with Manan Vora because of his strike rate. He definitely has a higher strike rate than Yashasvi Jaiswal. But I think knowing Rajasthan, they would probably go with Yashasvi Jaiswal because they'll need a left-hand right-hand combination at the top of the order, and also it's his home ground. He's played a lot of cricket in Mumbai, so I think he would definitely play well over there. But if it were left to me, I would definitely go with Manan Vora because he's had a great IPL. I mean, he's had a great record in the IPL, and also his strike rate is much higher than Yashasvi Jaiswal. So I think he's a better option.
Well, I hope that answers your question. Well, we have another one from Vansh Chavla. Can we expect another high-scoring game?
Yes. Why not?
Let's
We
one
surely
kid.
can.
We surely can. Yeah, we surely can. It's fine. Well, coming back to us now, home ground for Ajinkya Rahane. Last match we didn't see him much bad as it was an easy win for Delhi Capitals. Rishabh Pant said, let me just handle it. So do you think he would turn out as a key factor into this match?
Yes, he very well has the potential to turn out as the key factor in any match, whether it is T20 or we've seen what he's done in the other formats of the game. But I feel he's a very good asset when it comes to T20 as well. I think they are really trying to use him as a floater because in the last game we saw that the first wicket fell on 138 after 13 overs. So it was really up to Rishabh Pant and Marcus Stoinis to just finish the game as early as they can. So I think if a wicket falls early today, if they lose a wicket till I guess 8 or 10 overs, then I think Ajinkya Rahane will be in because he has the ability to rotate the strike and it's like slow poison, so he won't go directly, but he will consume you very slowly.
He might be lethal for Rajasthan.
Yes,
Definitely.
he can. He can.
Former team up. Well, there's Abhinav Mishra asking, Sachin, should Josh
Uh,
open?
I'm sorry.
Should Josh Butler open?
Maybe he. I don't think he will because if Rajasthan go with Liam Livingstone, I think they'll go with Liam Livingstone at the top of the order. But if they don't, if they go with David Miller, then Josh Butler will have to open. That will be left on Rajasthan Royals at the moment.
Well, Josh Butler would open or he will play at number 4 again?
I'm sorry.
Would Josh Butler open or will he play at number 4 again? Even if David Miller is in?
I think Rajasthan Royals have shown intention that Butler would be playing at number 4. But if David Miller comes in, then they'll have to make Josh Butler open because David Miller has no experience at the top of the order. So he would have to come at number 4 or 3, and Butler would have to open. But if they go with Liam Livingstone, then I think Josh Butler would be fine at number 4. He's had a good start this year as well at number 4, so I think he will stick to that position.
Also, he's capable of adjusting to any position. So that
Definitely,
should not be
and
a
he doesn't
problem.
open for England in the ODIs. So
Yeah,
he's used to batting it down the order. It's not a problem for him.
well, definitely not one. I have another one for you, Jaydev Unadkat, the leading wicket taker for Rajasthan against Delhi Capital, with 16 in just 8 innings. I mean, but we saw in the previous patch what Chetan Sakaria. Who do you think is a better choice, or can you place them both in the team?
I don't think they can place both in the team because they almost have an obligation to pick Rahul Tewatia as well as Shreyas Gopal. So I think they would go with Chetan Sakaria at the moment because they wouldn't want to change when Chetan Sakaria is doing as well as he is. So although Jaydev Unadkat does have a good record against DC, I think they would still go with Chetan Sakaria for the moment. And if you see last match as well, Sandeep Sharma had a great record against RCB, but they still went with the other bowlers and they did well. I think the bowling attack of SRH did a really good job yesterday. So the numbers don't matter at this moment. I think the combination that is going well should just continue.
Well, I mean, definitely his performance was amazing in the last match. He might just take a permanent spot in the playing 11. Well, we'll take a question from the comment section. Sumedh asked, will DC make any changes to the last time's lineup?
I think if Rabada is available, then they'll be forced to make a change that Tom Curran sits out in place of Rabada. But I guess if Rabada is not available for selection, then they might as well go ahead with the same team. Yes. So it all depends on the availability of Rabada, of which we don't have any concrete news yet.
There's another question for you, Sachin. What should be the strategy by RR for nullifying Dhawan and show at top? Immortalized has asked.
I think right now the form that Shaw is in, and especially with his home ground, I don't know if there's a way that they can figure out. But I think Chris Morris coming up with the new ball would be a good idea because he can swing the ball both ways. So I think bringing in Chris Morris with the new ball, or maybe bringing in a spinner to Prithvi Shaw, would help because a leg spinner at with the new ball would obviously produce some drift and maybe get a wicket. But I think Chris Morris would be a good idea with the new ball because he swings the ball both ways. So even if Shaw gets a single, he can still attack Dhawan. So that would be a good idea.
I mean, it's really important if you break the one partnership. If you any chance of getting it. Well, Amog, coming back to you. We have seen Akshar Patel is going to miss out today's match as well. But you do have Amit Mishra, again an experienced player and leading wicket taker against 30 wickets in 90 matches again. So last match he went wicketless. Do we see and Ashwin and Amit Mishra duo shock the Rajasthan batsmen?
No, I would not say shock the Rajasthan batsmen, but I surely feel they can pick a couple of wickets because, see, I am personally a very big believer in the fact that leg spinners can go for runs, but they'll also pick you wickets. So I don't have a problem if Amit Mishra goes for 40 or 45 runs in the match, but he'll also pick you two or three important wickets, which is more important. So last match also Akshar Patel was not there, but still Delhi managed to win convincingly. So I don't think missing out on Akshar Patel is a very big problem. Yes, we would love to have him in the 11 if the conditions matter, if the conditions support us. But yeah, I think Amit Mishra and Ashwin will do really good.
I mean, the bowler duo is amazing. We have another one for Moog again. Sorry, it's for Sachin. Sanju's decision to use so many bowlers. I mean, the last match I saw, 7 overs, 7 different bowlers. So yes, bowlers will get hammered on the Wankhede wicket, but only your main bowlers will give you a break. You got any views about that?
I think he showed some inexperience in captaincy when he got so many bowlers in the first 10 overs. That was clearly some panic there because, I mean, they weren't getting quick wickets. They know. I mean, I know they did get Mayank Agarwal out, but KL Rahul and Chris Gayle were posing to be a threat, and that showed some panic from Sanju Samson's side. That shouldn't have happened. But I think if he gets a little serious now, I think he would focus on the four bowlers that can bowl in the first 10 overs. And if he does that, then I think RR have a pretty good bowling attack to control the DC batsmen. And they don't need 7 bowlers in the first 10 overs to do that.
Well, what are you guys' toss predictions tonight? I mean,
No brainer.
when
No,
no
the captain, whoever wins the toss is.
viewers want to hear that.
I'm
Well,
sorry?
I will hope DC wins and Sachit will hope RR wins, obviously. But
It's pretty obvious.
whoever
We
wins
just
the toss is.
Sorry?
RR has won the toss and elected to bowl first. Sachit, what do you have
Amazing.
to say about this?
Well, they're lucky. I mean, they're destined to win right now. It's their turn. I'm going to repeat that. But
See. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was a great decision. They got lucky with the toss over there, and that definitely puts them. I mean, gives them the upper hand right now. So hopefully they capitalize on that.
What about you, Amog? A little disappointed? Wankhede Stadium, you want to go with the bowling first as the pitch gets
Obviously,
slower?
I wouldn't say disappointed, but I'll obviously I also wanted to bowl first. 1K day, it's a no-brainer, especially with the due factor that comes in later. But I think it will really give the Delhi Capitals a bit of confidence because they've won the first match chasing. Now, if they can win this match defending a total, then I think they'll have done both at a venue that is really tough for defending. So I think they should really look at it from a positive point of view that they'll really gain some confidence if they win this match defending the total.
Well, we have a lot of changes in today's matches. Looks like Lalit Yadav is going to make his DC debut. Your views, Amog?
Wow. Okay, that's a very very exciting prospect. He's really done well with his domestic side. So yeah, really rooting for him. Happy to see him play.
David Miller is in. Unadkat is in for Shreyas Gopal. I mean, what the hell is happening? I mean, I was hoping this is totally different. I need something from you, Sachit, about this.
That's a bold decision to make, honestly. I mean, if they're gonna go with Rahul Tewati as their main leg spinner, then that's definitely a bold decision. But I mean, then again, as you've mentioned before, Jaydev Unadkat does have a great record against DC. So I mean, it's a bittersweet decision right now. And if you talk about David Miller, then I think that's a pretty good decision. Although if you think about it, he's been in quarantine for a while, and as we've seen a couple of nights ago, Quinton de Kock didn't do a good job at the top of the order for Mumbai when he came back right after his quarantine. So that means that players do need a bit of practice. If you've played competitive cricket, you'll know that even a few days of missing practice would affect you in a huge way.
Yeah.
And David Miller being out of practice for almost 14 days or probably more, that is, that might not, but I mean, let's hope for the best. That's all I can say. That also means that Josh Buttler would be pushed up the order. He would be opening. So that's again something really exciting to look at.
Here we have another news. Rabada is in for Hetmeyer. A bad news for the Rajasthan Royals and a really good news for DC we have here. Amog, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. As I said, Rabada being back is, I'll take it any day. But yeah, really looking forward for him to bowl. And I think Rajasthan Royals going ahead with Jaydev Unadkat is really a very brave decision in place of a spinner. So I think the variations will really come into play.
I mean, there's still Tom Curran is still in the 11, and so is Rabada.
Yes. Tom Curran is still in the
That's
11.
exciting for us.
That's I
That's
mean, I'm
surprising.
no
That's exciting
analyst,
for
but
us.
yeah, I'm no analyst, but I wasn't expecting this. Not after the last match, but yeah, giving them a chance is a good thing, I guess. What is the score DC looking at? Vaishu has asked this. What is the score DC looking at, Amol?
I think they should look not below 180, 190 because we've seen what Rajasthan can do in the last game. So nothing beyond, nothing below 180, I would say.
What about you, Sachin?
I think if
What is the score?
if DC does get to 180, then I think it would be pretty easy for Rajasthan to chase. We've seen what they can do in the last match. But hopefully Rajasthan can restrict them to a lower total to reduce their risk. I mean, below 160 or something like that would be amazing for Rajasthan. Although it's kind of impossible because if you see the number of players from Mumbai in DC right now. But
Yeah,
hopefully they do. Hopefully they do reduce them to a lower total, and hope they can chase it down.
Well, I'm sure hope there's a total above 200 because it's going to be an amazing match. You see, both the teams have amazing batsmen. Both the teams are going to play well. So, who do you think is going to be the highest run scorer for DCM?
Since we're batting first, I think I'll go for Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan having a really good opening stand, first of all. But the highest run scorer, I think I'll go for Rishabh Pant, maybe.
Well, Ronak Kedia has already posted the playing 11. Prithvi Shaw, Shikhar Dhawan, Rishabh Pant, Ajinkya Rahane, Marcus Stoinis, Chris Vokes, Ravichandran Ashwin, Lalit Yadav, Kagiso Rabada, Tom Curran, and Avesh Khan. And there's RR lineup as well. Manan Bora, Sanju Samson, David Miller, Josh Butler, Shivam Dubey, Riyan Parag, Rahul Tewatia, Chris Morris, Chetan Sakaria, Jaydev Unadkat, and Mustafizur Rahman. I mean, I definitely saw some changes, but these are not what I expected. So I'm quite surprised with the playing element, to be honest.
So man. But I'm really happy that they did keep Manan Vora in the team. I wanted him to be in the team. I didn't want Yashasvi as well, but I'm really happy that happened.
Yeah, you were saying something about?
Yeah. It would be great if DC target one of RR's bowlers because I see there's just 5 main bowlers here, which are Mustafizur, Jaydev Unadkat, Sakaria, Chris Morris, and Rahul Tewatia. I mean, Shivam Dubey and Riyan Parag, he uses them as backup bowlers, or if one of the main 5 bowlers goes for a toss, then it's the 6th bowler who comes in. So it would be a really great strategy if they target one of the main 5 bowlers, which I think should be Rahul Tewatia. So he can bring in the 6th bowler, and then it'll be easy to score basically.
Well, I do think that Shivam Dubey is effective enough for making up for that.
Okay.
Well, recently Rajasthan Royals subscribed our channel, the Third Man Cricket Show, and I'm sure they are listening to they sure watch the video and listening to what you're saying, Amog and Sachin. But we also have a question by Immortalized again. Sorry, it's Shairang. Amog, how well can Delhi do without Kagiso Rabada playing? So, I mean, I have to say.
No, now that he is.
Yeah, that's
probably a little too late for that question.
Yeah. That was for the last match.
That was for, definitely. Yeah. What are your views on Tom Curran still in the 11? I mean, should he be there in there? Would he make a good bowler against RR?
Yes. Look, one game cannot decide whether you're a good or a bad bowler. In the last game, he went for 42 runs in 4 overs, but that's completely okay. Every bowler has an off day. Also, if we see Rabada replacing Hetmeyer, now there are only 5 main batsmen, which are Prithvi Shaw, Shikhar Dhawan, Ajinkya Rahane, Rishabh Pant, and Marcus Stoinis. So after that, you have someone like Chris Wokes and then Tom Curran coming in. So we also know what Tom Curran can do with the bat. He can bat a bit. So I think they are really backing the team for having just 5 batsmen on a 1KD wicket, basically. So they are just backing him, which is perfectly all right. Just one day cannot decide whether you're a good or a bad bowler.
Well, if that's the case, then I have to know who's going to be the highest wicket taker, you think, from DC?
From DC, since we're bowling second, I would say I'll root for Kagiso Rabada for sure.
For sure. First match, though, do you think he will be effective?
Sorry?
It's his first match, though, after his rest, after his quarantine. Do you think he will be effective?
Yes. I'm sure he'll be effective, and he's coming in with a lot of practice behind him. So yeah, I'm very sure he'll be effective against the Rajasthan batsmen.
Well, Sachit, highest wicket taker from Rajasthan. Who do you expect it to be?
I think now that they've picked Jaydev Unadkat and he's shown his numbers, I think we hope he holds up for that and does pick up wickets. So I'm rooting for Jaydev Unadkat.
Definitely. This should be good. This should be amazing to see. So there's one last question for you guys. Who would be an breakthrough player from each your teams?
Do you mean a surprise
Breakthrough
element?
player.
Yeah, surprise element. Who would be like a man of the match kind of player? Who would really surprise the opponent team?
Well, in that case, I think from Rajasthan, I would say Josh Butler. I think he's capable of surprises at any point of time. So I think Josh Butler would really make an impact in this game. And so would Sanju Samson. I think I'll go with both of them right now.
True.
After the previous match, I am sure.
After the previous match, you can never leave out Sanju Samson.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
What about you, Amog? A breakthrough player
Look,
from your side?
for a surprise element, I think it has to be Lalit Yadav. But I would say, again, Marcus Stoinis has done great things in the past with his little cameos at the end in the death overs. So I'll say he'll be the breakthrough player today with the ball as well. So yeah,
With the
Marcus
bat.
Stoinis for me. Yeah.
Well, before we end, here's another question from Vaishu. Which bowler would be threat to DC?
I think
Well-
I've answered that before. It would be Jaydev
Yeah,
Unadkat.
look, I will say if you
This was
take
Amog. I'm expecting Amog to answer.
I will say if you take the team lightly, then any bowler can be a threat to you, because you should not take any team and any bowler lightly, even if it is a part-timer. So I would say, but the kind of lineup that Rajasthan Royals have and the kind of bowling they have, I think Jaydev Unadkat, yes, I agree with Sachit, and I guess Chris Morris also has a great swing in the start. So I think both of them will be the threat.
Well, I hope you have got your answer, Vaishu. Well, it was great talking to you guys. We will see you after. I'll see you after the after the match for the post-match show. See ya, and thank you, viewers. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.